Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Hope you're all doing well. Coach Jason here. So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do a series now. Today I'm gonna go over an updated version of my sub 4 hour marathon training program. Now, I've done one before, but I'm giving you a second option. Now I'm gonna incorporate speed fartlek and VO2 max training as well. Okay. So that you have two different options that you could choose from. If you happen to prefer one, you happen to prefer the other, you want to see how you can gradually transition from one to the next. Having both options is a good thing. I'm also going to do this for sub 330, sub 3 hours, and sub 230 as well. Fully detailed training programs. And after each one, I will go live as well, so that if you want to discuss it, you have any questions for me, you can write them down. You can add them to the live stream. Okay. You'll have direct access to me for conversation. So I want to make sure that you have a full understanding of why this it is. So, and if you happen to be a coach or an athlete and you like this type of stuff, you want direct access to me, be sure to sub to the channel if you haven't done that yet. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Okay. And if you do, hit the notification bell. That way you always know when I go live and what the live's about. And you have direct access to me again. My email is blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. And if you have questions about any one of the videos, and I got 400 plus on this channel, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to help. So today we're going to talk about the sub 4 hour marathon training plan. And I'm going to include VO2 max and speed farlex. Okay. Now, and I'll break this down for you too. So let me give you some equivalent here. These are pace that we incorporate into this type of stuff. So the marathon pace for a sub 4 hour is about 907 to 908 per mile. Okay, giving you a little bit margin of error to play with. The half marathon is about 850 to 851 per mile. 10K pace, 824 to 825 per mile. 5K pace or VO2 max is between 805 and 806 per mile. They're almost the same. A little bit of a range there, but you're working your way towards VO2 max. You're working your way towards 5K pace. So anywhere between 10K pace and 5K pace is considered VO2 max when it comes to marathon training. And speed fartlek, shorter reps are generally between 5K pace and 3K pace, which here is 806 to 752 per mile. But how do you incorporate this all within your training is the question. Well, that's why I'm going to pull out the fully detailed thing for you here, the fully detailed plan. I'm going to break it down from week 1 to week 16. Okay, you'll notice some consistencies. You'll notice every 4 weeks, there's a little bit of a different modification in the training. Okay, emphasis being the focus of the early week session generally will stay the same for the most part, but then you'll see some changes here either every 4 weeks or every 6 weeks, and I'll point them out to you. One of the things you will notice is the easy day on Monday, consistent 5 miles. And again, you're a coach or an athlete, you can tinker with the volume any way you want, depending on what you feel is appropriate for yourself or your athletes. So that's where coaching with the eyes, I always say, comes into factor, just like coaching with a stopwatch. Okay, so 5 miles easy on Monday. Week 2, day 2, Tuesday, you do a 2-mile warm up. D/S means drills and strides. 6 times 100-meter uphill runs. Okay, and hills act as a form of leg strength and speed development at the same time. Take an equal jog on the way down. 2-mile cool down. Okay, it's nothing crazy in the beginning. All right, 6 miles. That's your midweek, essentially semi-long run, which gets longer over time as well. That's Wednesday. Thursday, you can incorporate bike and cross training. So you're running at least 5 days per week in this training program, sometimes 6. All right. Thursday, bike and cross training. Friday, we'll warm up 2 miles, drills and strides. You do 3 miles at marathon pace. So if you go back and see it was at 907, 908 per mile, you want to touch that marathon pace early on, and you want to build on that. Okay. And you'll see the progression in each time as you go from sub 4 to sub 330, sub 330 to sub 3, sub 3 to sub 230. The volume goes a little bit more significantly, goes up a little bit more significantly. So does the intensity. So does the structure and the quantity of the workout. So as you get fitter and more experienced and faster, you can start to handle more volume and intensity. So it's a gradual progression one way or the other. So again, 3 miles at marathon pace on Friday. Okay. You take a 3-minute active recovery. If you need 4, take 4. Then you do 5 times a 200-meter on the back end with a 1-minute recovery at 5K pace. Okay. And then the 2-mile cool down. And then your long run at this point is about 10 miles. And again, this isn't starting from scratch. I've got starting from scratch marathon training programs. I have got videos on that too, so take a look at those if you want that. This is for some folks that have a little bit of a running background and want to try to run a sub 4-hour marathon based on stuff that they've already run before. This gives you a little bit of a structured plan. And then 4 miles easy on Sunday. Okay. I generally, and one reason I have the easy day on Monday is so that you can recover, have a couple of days recovery from the long run itself, which is usually on Saturday. sometimes the races, and so on and so forth. So, and then an easy day on Sunday, and then an easy day on Monday. Week 2, the same 5 miles easy Monday. Tuesday, warm up 2 miles, drills and strides, 8 times 100-meter uphill. So we're adding 2 reps there. Jog easy down to recover. And just like you're going uphill, you want to stay perpendicular. You want to lean into the hill. You want to lean into the hill as you go down too. It takes the stress off your joints. If you're leaning back and not remaining perpendicular, it can stress your Achilles, your lower back, your knees, and so on. So trying to figure out a way to lean into the hill without going too fast is an important part of your training as well. It preserves your joints and your legs. So again, 8 times 100-meter uphill, jog easy, cool down 2 miles. 6 miles on Wednesday, your midweek run. Bike and cross train on Thursday. Friday, warm up 2 miles, drills and strides, 3 miles of marathon pace again. But on the back end, we're going from 5x200 to 5x300 now with a 100-meter jog at 5K pace with a 2-minute recovery. Remember, I say a 5K pace and so on. You can go back and look at the slides that give you the exact pace for a 5K pace. 12-mile long run. Now we've added 2 miles to the long run. And since we've done that, Sunday's off. And this particular training program is an off day every other weekend. Okay. But for those that need an extra day, that's why I have the bike and cross train day in there as well. So that's week 1 and 2. Let's go to week 3 and 4. Consistently again, Monday, 5 miles easy. 2 miles, warm up, 2, drills and strides, 6 by 200 meters uphill. So we've gone from 100 to 200 now. 6 by 200 uphill, jog easy, same effort, same emphasis as well. Cool down 2 miles. 6 miles again on Wednesday, bike and cross train Thursday. So you always have at least 2 days of recovery, of easy days of training and recovery in between your Tuesday and Friday workout. Friday, 4 miles, 6 times 200 with a 1-minute recovery at 5K pace. And now that we emphasize adding some marathon pace into the long run instead of a Friday workout. So here you've got a 14-mile long run with 4 miles of it at marathon pace. Okay. You want to incorporate into long run. You need to know what it feels like to be running marathon pace in the beginning or the middle or the end of your long runs. That gives you a good idea of how ready you're going to be for the marathon. Sunday's 4 miles easy. Week 4, 5 miles easy Monday. Tuesday, warm up 2, drills and strides, 8 times 200 uphill. So we've added 2 reps. Jog easy, same emphasis. 2-mile cool down. Wednesday, 6 miles. Bike and cross train Thursday. Friday, 2-mile warm up, drills and strides, 8 times 300 with a 100-meter jog recovery at 5K pace. Okay, this is good. 5K pace and stuff like that's also good. A good way to transition into more intense VO2 max training. Also acts as a component of speed development for the marathon. Okay, and this is early right now, so incorporating this early on helps you transition to the more intense stuff later. Cool down 2 miles on Friday. 12-mile long run Saturday. Off day Sunday. Okay, now let's transition into weeks 5 and 6. Now you notice a little bit of a transition here. 5 miles consistent on Monday, right? Easy Monday. Week 5. Tuesday, week 2, warm up 2 miles, drills and strides, 6 times 300 uphill. So we got a longer on the uphill again. Okay, gradually building that strength component. Easy jog down recovery. Same emphasis. 2-mile cool down. Now we've added 2 miles to the semi-long run, the midweek run or the intermediate run. So it's 8 miles on Wednesday now instead of 6. Bike and cross train Thursday. Friday, warm up. Let's just say a mile and a half, drills and strides. Now you're going to try to run 5 miles consecutively at marathon pace and try to transition towards half marathon pace, which is essentially about 15 seconds faster per mile than marathon pace. This is a nice workout as well. And then you cool down on the back end, a mile or a mile and a half, or whatever you feel is most appropriate. Then a 14-mile long run, we bumped you up there too, nice and relaxed on Saturday. 4 miles easy on Sunday. Week 6, 5 miles easy Monday. That's always going to remain the same. The whole entire plan here. 2-mile warm up on Tuesday, drills and strides, 8 by 300 meter uphill. We added 2 reps there too. So we've gone 6 reps, 8 reps from 100s, 200 to 200s to 300s. Okay, that's the gradual progress on the uphill while maintaining the consistency of the uphill repeats. Okay, for the first 6 weeks. Then you jog down equally. Okay, jogging down. Remember, maintaining the same emphasis. Try to jog and lean into the hill and stay perpendicular. 2-mile cool down. 8 miles on Wednesday. Bike and cross train Thursday. 5 miles easy on Friday. Now Saturday, it's a 16-mile long run. We added 2 miles, but now you got 6 miles at marathon pace. That's the goal at this point. And at this point, you should be able to handle about 6 miles of marathon pace a week, 6 weeks into your marathon training program. Okay. And if you did, let's just say the last time, if you add marathon pace into your long runs, you did it in the middle. Now you try to do it in the end. So you want to mix it however you feel is most appropriate. But eventually getting to the point where the marathon pace running is at the end of the long run. So you need to know what it feels like to be holding on and maintaining marathon pace, or even progressing from there at the end of these long runs. So 16 miles with 6 at marathon pace here on Saturday. Your off day is Sunday. Now let's go to week 7 and 8. Week 7, 5 miles easy Monday, Tuesday. Now we mix it up a little bit. Now we're transitioning from hills. We're incorporating some VO2 max and speed development now. Okay, you can still run the hills, and I would encourage you, before I go further, if your marathon itself is flat, then I would be doing the majority of your long runs on flat stuff, or if at the very least the majority of your long runs with stuff at marathon pace on the flat stuff. If it's rolling, then I would encourage you to, if you have it available to you, to do your long runs and workouts on rolling areas to get used to the fluctuation in pace. So it's something to keep in mind. So here, 5 miles Monday, Tuesday, warm up 2 miles, drills and strides, 5 times an 800-meter at VO2 max. Okay. So if you're looking to run 4 hours, you're looking to run these in about 4 minutes each, which is essentially almost 50 to 60 seconds faster per mile. That's why you get so much recovery here. It's almost equal recovery. So if you're running them in 800, if you're running the 800s in 4 minutes, you're going to get 4-minute recovery. Okay. Emphasizing the VO2 max component. So 5 of them at about 4 minutes with a 4-minute recovery at VO2 max, 2-mile cool down. That's a more intense workout. That's why it's in week 7 and week 8, not week 1 and 2. Okay. You're transitioning into that. Wednesday, your semi-long run, 8 miles. Thursday, bike and cross train. Friday, again, warm up a mile and a half, drills and strides, 5 miles at marathon pace to half marathon pace, 1 mile cool down or mile and a half cool down. Saturday, 18 miles long run progression by feel. No particular pace requirement, by feel. You need to know, you got to get that much time out there. 18 miles long run. So you need to know if you can get to the point where you can run 20 miles maybe once or twice before the race, that's a good thing. We're working our way there. So 18 miles long run on Saturday, 4 miles easy on Sunday to shake out the legs from that long run. Okay. Week 8, 5 miles easy Monday, Tuesday, warm up 2 miles, drills and strides. Now we got a speed fartlek. So you're going 16 times 1 minute hard versus 1 minute easy. 1 minute hard is at about 5K pace, 3K pace. The 1 minute easy, if you can run in at marathon pace, that's good. Cool down 2. 8 miles on Wednesday. Thursday, bike and cross train. That consistency between Wednesday and Thursday is an important thing. Friday, 5 miles easy. Saturday, 14-mile long run progression. So we cut the miles back to 14. But progression now, essentially a progression also. Let's just say 90-second differential. So you start about 75 seconds slower per mile than your marathon pace. So if you're looking at 9:07 to 9:08, you start at, let's just say 10:20, around there, 10:20 to 10:25, and you work your way down to 15 seconds faster per mile than marathon pace. So that 90-second progression, you can start from 10:25, you work your way down to maybe 7:55 or something like that. Excuse me, 8:55. Okay, so again, 10:25 to 8:55, that's your 90-second progression. Sunday's an off day. Next up, weeks 9 and 10. 5 miles easy Monday, week 9, Tuesday. Going back to VO2 max again. Warm up 2, drills and strides. Now we're going 5 times at 1200. Take a 5-minute recovery now at the VO2 max. Okay. So again, if you're looking at that about 8-minute pace, you're looking to run these 1200s in about 6 minutes each. Take a 5-minute recovery, which is almost equivalent to the rep. 2-mile cool down. Okay, we've gone from 5 by 800 to 5 by 1200. Okay, so from 4K worth of volume to 6K worth of volume. And again, not everything needs to be marathon length in terms of workouts themselves. That's very difficult to do. Not even world-class runners do that. So 5 times 1200 of VO2 max on Tuesday with a 5-minute recovery, 2-mile cool down. Now we've bumped up the semi-long runs to 10 miles and 12 miles. Okay, for these next weeks 9 through 12. So it's 10 miles Wednesday now, bike and cross train on Thursday. 5 miles easy with 5 by 100 meter strides just to shake out the legs a little bit on Friday. And then Saturdays and a relaxed 20-mile long run. This is your first touch at 20 miles. So nice and relaxed and easy, at least a minute to a minute and a half. Or let's just say a minute to 75 seconds slower per mile than your goal marathon. Okay, so you just want to get out there for time, get out there, stay nice and relaxed. If you have soft surfaces that you can take advantage of, I encourage you to do that. 4 miles easy on Saturday. Week 10, 5 miles Monday. Tuesday, warm up 2 miles, drills and strides. Now it's 3 times a 2 mile with a 3 minute recovery. The first 2 reps are at marathon pace, about 9:07 to 9:08 per mile. Okay. And then the last rep, if you can do it, is at a half marathon pace, which is essentially about 8:50 per mile, something like that. 2 mile cool down. Wednesday, 12 miles, your semi long run. If you can get to the point where you're doing an extended run twice per week, that's a good thing in marathon training. Cross train and bike on Thursday, 5 miles easy on Friday. And now we incorporate the speed Fartlek into the long run. Okay. So now it's a 17-mile long run. We cut it back 3 miles with a speed Fartlek. We're adding 20 times 1 minute hard, 1 minute easy. If you can get to the point where you're doing 20 times 1 minute hard at 5K pace, that's a good thing. Okay. It's less than 5K worth of volume, but within the run, in the middle of your long run. Right? You can start, let's just say you started at 5 miles. You go 20 times a 1 minute hard, 1 minute easy, let's say marathon pace. And once you're done with that, you just go back and relax for the rest of your long run. This is a good way of incorporating the speed Fartlek within the long run itself. Your off days on Monday, so you can recover from that bad boy. Okay, weeks 11 and 12. Week 11, 5 miles easy Monday. Okay, this is the last batch of Vo2 max running here on Tuesday. We warm up 2 miles, drills and strides. Now we bumped up from 5 times 1200 to 5 times 1600. You take a 6-minute active recovery at Vo2 max. You're looking to run these in about 8 minutes to 8:10 per mile or something like that, if you can, or 8:10 to 8:20 per mile. So anywhere, say about 45 to 50 seconds slower per mile. If you can get to the point where you can do it a minute faster, okay. That's one reason why the rest is so substantial, because it's Vo2 max based. 2 mile cool down. So the volume of that workout itself is about 9 miles. So you can do a mile and a half, mile and a half cool, warm up and cool down as well if you want to cut that. Because the next day you got 10 miles of consecutive running for your semi long run, and then a bike and cross train day on Thursday to help you recover from that Vo2 max workout and the semi long run before that. Then Friday's 5 miles and 6 times 100. And then Saturday, we cut the volume of the long run as well. 13-mile long run, nice and relaxed, because the following week is a more significant one. Okay. And 4 miles easy on Sunday. Week 12. Okay. Remember, this is about 5 weeks out from your marathon. After this, you got 4 weeks left. Monday, easy 5 miles. Tuesday, warm up 2 miles, drills and strides. Now you're doing 2 times a 3 mile, progressing from the 3 times a 2 mile. Okay. And you progress from marathon pace to half marathon pace during these 2 reps. If you run the first at marathon pace, that's fine. If you run the second rep and you have a 4-minute recovery in between the two, you progress from marathon pace to half marathon pace, that's a good testament to your fitness. 2 miles. If you go on the second one at half marathon pace, that's even more impressive. Some people might be able to do it. Some people might not be able to do it. Either is okay. 2 mile cool down. 12-mile semi-long run on Wednesday. So like week 9 and 10 miles, 12 miles. Week 11 and week 12, 10 miles, 12 miles. Okay. Is your semi-long run. Bike and cross train on Thursday. Okay. To remember to help recover from the semi-long run and the workout itself. 3 miles easy on Friday, because that Saturday is either a half marathon race if you can find it. And if you can't, the goal is to do a 14 to 15-mile marathon pace simulation run. So you want to see if you can run 14 or 15 miles at your goal marathon pace, which is about 9:07, 9:08 per mile, right? Do a mile or 2 warm up, mile or 2 cool down. It'll still add up to a good amount, almost 20 miles. So, but you want to test yourself here. That'll give you a good idea of what to do the last 4 weeks, and how to change the emphasis of the training in the last 4 weeks, and how close you are to being ready to run your goal marathon. This gives you a good idea. And the half marathon pace, you want to see how well you can run your half marathon. So you try to run an equivalent half marathon as well. So that's Saturday, and you have an off day on Sunday to help recover from either one. Okay, now last 4 weeks, weeks 13, 14, 5 miles, 5 by 50 strides on Monday. Tuesday, 8 miles Why is the workout not too easy? Because you ran either a marathon, half marathon, or a simulation run. So the longer they are, whether it's a race or a simulation, you want to push the workout back in the week and give yourself another day workout, another day of recovery. Okay. So here it's Wednesday. Warm up 2 miles, drills and strides, speed fartlek. And again, anytime you do a long race or a long simulation like that, the workout that follows should be a short and sweet one to get to put the zip back in your legs. So here you have a speed fartlek 16 times 130 hard, 130 easy, 1 minute 30 hard, 1 minute 30 easy. Again, at 5K pace if you can, or anywhere between 10K and 5K pace, with a 130 recovery, nice and easy. If you're running that marathon pace, that's better. 2 mile cool down. Bike and cross train Thursday. Friday, 5 miles easy. Now, the emphasis of the next 4 long runs are going to be marathon pace or faster towards the end of the long runs, leading you into the marathon itself. Okay, so here, week 13, 20-mile long run, your second 20, with the last 10 miles at marathon pace. Okay, you need to know whether you can handle that, because at the 20-mile mark, that's just essentially when things get pretty hard in the marathon. So 20 with your last 10 in marathon pace. The first 10 miles before that could be nice and relaxed and easy, a gradual transition into the marathon pace stuff itself. 4 miles easy on Sunday. Week 14. Okay. And notice how we cut the long run, the midweek run from 10 to 12 back down to 8. So we cut that back as well. So there's a gradual increase in volume or decrease in volume, and it should stay within a 3 to 4 week block, or sometimes even longer, to give your body a chance to adapt, which is why I'm not just gradually decreasing every week. I want the body to adapt to an increase or a decrease. That's called periodization. Okay. Week 14, 5 miles easy Monday. Tuesday, should say warm up 2 miles. Excuse my apologies. Drills and strides, 5 times 1.5 mile. Okay. 1.5 miles. This is basically your most voluminous workout, your longest workout. Okay. And 3 minute recovery from marathon pace down to half marathon pace based on what you feel you can handle. 2 mile cool down. Wednesday, 8 miles, 5x50 strides. Just put a little bit of zip in your legs. Thursday, bike and cross train. Friday, 4 miles easy. Saturday, 16-mile long run with the last 8 of the run at marathon pace minus 5 seconds per mile. So running them 5 seconds faster per mile. We're cutting the long run back by 4 miles. And the marathon pace running itself, if you can run, so you go from, let's just say 907, 908 to 902, 903, something like that. If you can do that, that's a good sign. Okay, it shows that your sharpness is there too. So again, 16 long run with the last 8 in marathon minus 5 seconds per mile. Sunday's an off day. Now, your last 2 weeks. Weeks 15, 5 miles on Monday, 5x50 strides. Tuesday, warm up 2 miles, drills and strides, 5 times a mile, 2 minute recovery from marathon pace down to half marathon pace. 2 mile cool down. Wednesday, 6 miles. Thursday, bike and cross train. 5 miles easy on Friday. Your final long run here Saturday is 12 miles. Now we cut it back by 4 miles again. 12-mile long run with 6 of the final miles at marathon pace minus 10 seconds per mile. So now you go from 907 to 908 to 857 to 858 per mile, if you can do that for the last 6. Okay, 4 miles easy on Sunday. Last week, race week, week 16, 5 miles easy Monday. Tuesday, warm up 2 miles, drills and strides, 5 times an 800. Basically, just to get the legs moving with a 2-minute recovery. You progress from marathon pace to half marathon pace. You want to have that consistency of going hard twice per week, no matter what it is. 2-mile cool down after that. We don't want to make any drastic changes the week of the marathon and throw the body out of rhythm. So Wednesday, 5 miles, 5x50 strides, just to keep the legs moving. Thursday, bike and cross train. Friday's the off day instead of Sunday. Saturday, 2 miles easy. You always want to run the day before the race itself, just to keep the legs moving. And Sunday's your 26.2 marathon. Okay, you whatever warm up you feel is appropriate before that. But that's the 16-week training program. Okay, I wanted to show you how we transition from certain workouts to certain workouts, certain emphasis to certain emphasis. So whether it be hills in the beginning, transitioning to VO2 max and speed fartleks in the second phase, and then the final 4 weeks, a little bit more of a marathon pace and a little bit faster base phase here as well. So at that point, the emphasis should be running long runs with marathon pace in it towards the back end of them. So if you have any questions here, let me know. And again, these are modifiable programs that you can make into your own as a coach, however you feel is most appropriate. But don't hesitate to reach out to me. Again, I'll give you my email, blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. It's kind of a strange email, but I'm also a longtime martial arts practitioner and instructor as well. Got black belts in multiple different arts, so that's why it's Black Belt Running Coach. So in case anybody was wondering, it's kind of a funky name, but that's the program. And feel free to compare it to the other sub 4 hour training program. You could see the difference between the two. You'll see consistency there, but you'll also see a little bit difference in certain workouts. And again, you can mix and match them any way you want. So hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the thumbs up. Please share this with other runners and coaches in the community that you think might benefit from it. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you all next time.